We asked storytellers to select a type of story and some words to inspire the stories that they tell.
This is a love letter to the moon. I know you're probably thinking the moon is not a person, and that's not what this category is about. But this is all I can think of when I drew the words black and night in the category of love letter. So this is a love letter to the moon. About 2 weeks ago, I sprained my ankle. I have broken this ankle and I have sprained it before. And I feel like I'm going to keep doing it. Every few years, my left ankle, I get some injury. And I'm one of those people who believes, not with every ailment and not with probably the most serious ailments, but I think that there are many ailments that, especially the chronic ones, at least my chronic ones, that are psychosomatic. Now that means that they're real. I certainly sprained my ankle, but it is something that I think I did because there was something about forward motion and my wanting to stop. But I also wanted to keep moving forward, and so when I sprained it, it stopped me. I mean, I couldn't walk. I was in tremendous pain. Now I'm in less pain, but the day or two after, a couple days after I sprained it, I didn't know if it was broken, and I was in so much pain, and I felt broken, and I've had depression before, and I felt myself slipping like quicksand. I was sitting in my apartment on the couch in the living room, and it was a dark, dark night. I had a lamp on. I was on my computer and I was writing or reading or who knows what, probably watching TV too. I love television. I'm sitting there next to the window, and all of a sudden across the street this bright light comes on. The brightest light. I'm like, why did the neighbors across the way get a new security light? Why is it so bright? It felt fluorescent. And I looked up, and there was a full moon creeping out from behind a water tower. Within 2 minutes, I could see the full thing rising. Within 5 minutes, it was moving higher up and across the sky. I think within 20 minutes, I couldn't even see it anymore. It was moving so fast. I don't know how it's possible. I don't know how it was possible that it was so bright. That in a city with so many fluorescent lights, the moon was the brightest thing I ever saw. And I still felt myself slipping the next couple of days, but there was that moment of being in pain and feeling like I couldn't move, and I was just, as I've been called in the past, a lump on a log, and it felt really bad. Every bit of forward motion I was trying to make was just stopped, and it was dark, and there was nothing. But the moon kept racing ahead, and it was brighter than anything. I thought about all the times in my life when all these different pockets of either full depression or just inching towards it or away from it. I thought about how every Passover, Passover falls on the full moon. The Hebrew calendar, which is how Jewish holidays fall, they're scheduled according to the moon. The Hebrew months go on a moon cycle, and so every Passover that I would go outside and see the full moon. In my family, we did Passover up big, and I loved it, and I participated, but also I'm an introvert, and so lots of people around just it takes a toll on me. It kind of zaps my energy, and I would go outside and look at that moon for a few minutes, And that brought me back. That would make me feel, it made me feel like myself seeing a full moon, and not quite a howl or anything, but it centered me and it steadied me. And even if it's racing through the sky, I don't know, the moon has always done that for me. When you walk around in Manhattan, where I live, the moon hides behind buildings all the time, and whether it's new or crescent or full or anywhere in between, it kind of sometimes creeps up on you. But I always feel like when I see it at night, when I see it in the daytime, I see it and I kind of thank it for being there. It doesn't make any sense whether I'm here or not, the moon's going to be. But it just always, knowing it's always moving, knowing sometimes I can see it and sometimes I can't, somehow it always steadies me. And when I went through the worst of the depression, when I got out of it, I always feel like the moon is what I notice. It's what I just always am looking for, to remind me that something is stable, that movement is always stable. Also, it's beautiful. And against a dark night, it's the brightest thing. Even in Times Square one time, the moon was brighter than anything else I saw that night. So I thank the moon, and I love the moon. And that's my love letter to the moon.